Hi everybody, it is Mike the Healer Gut Guy, and in today's video we're going to talk about anal itching. How do you get your anus to stop itching and your hand to stop smelling like poop because you're digging in your butt all day long? So there's a very straightforward and simple cause to this anal itching that modern medicine and holistic medicine isn't aware of. Modern medicine and holistic medicine do have some good treatments, but they're often not utilized correctly. But with this new knowledge I'm going to share with you, it's called German New Knowledge, German New Medicine. And so as you watch this video, you are going to learn how your body is really working. This is a concept you probably never heard of before. And the doctor who came up with this system, this new way of looking at our health, he had a 90% success rate with terminal cancer. This is the cancer they tell you to go home and die. We're not even going to do anything to you. We're just going to give you morphine and let you die. He had a 90% success rate with this stuff. So fixing anal itching was a walk in the park for him. So essentially what he saw is that everybody who had anal itching, he would look at their brain CT scans, and right here in the temporal lobe, at this location here, there would be washed out concentric rings. Kind of like they would look like this on a CT scan right here, but they would be washed out. And so these rings were caused by something called a conflict shock, a stressful event that caught us off guard. I see a lot of people try to treat their anal itching with creams, and those can help. I see some people try to change their diet and stuff like that. But ultimately, when I see people address a certain type of stress in their life, it's a very particular type of stress. Many of us have many different stressful things interwoven throughout our life. But when we identify a very particular type of stress and we resolve it, this gets better. So as you watch this video, guys, I'm going to share exactly what the simple steps you need to follow in order to get rid of this. But as you're watching this, I want you to go down in the comments section and write what stressful situations are you dealing with right now in your life. Something that you might be angry about. What are you angry about right now? This situation that makes you angry, it might be on and off, on and off. One week you're angry, the next week you're not. Leave a comment about maybe an identity conflict. So you're not sure if you should take this new job or not. Maybe I should break up with my boyfriend. Maybe I should stay with my boyfriend, give him another chance. Maybe I should do this. What are you in conflict about right now in your life? Write that down. It doesn't have to be right. It doesn't have to be correct. Write that down in the comments below. Give me a critique. Maybe there's something you don't like about me or do like about me. Please do this because it helps me out so much in the YouTube algorithm. Because the information that I'm going to share with you in this video, it will be promoted in the YouTube algorithm and it can literally save someone's life. I've never seen anyone itch their buttholes to death, but it's not pleasant. And this condition can actually get worse if it's not addressed. So please hit the like button, please hit the subscribe button, and leave a comment because it really helps us out in the YouTube algorithm. I'd really appreciate that. So another symptom you're probably dealing with is that your butthole will become inflamed. And now in the holistic and in modern health community, inflammation is seen as a bad thing. And yes, it's not good to have inflammation hanging around 24/7, but a lot of us are running around using this language like, I want to heal my butthole. I want to heal my anus. Inflammation is healing. Think about this. You can rub all these creams or get surgery on your butthole or wave a magic wand on your butthole, but at the end of the day, your cells are what are going to have to behave correctly and stitch your damaged tissue back together. Only your cells can do this, and your cells are guided by your brain. And we know this because Dr. Hammer would see people would only experience itching in the butthole if these rings were washed out. If these rings were sharp, there would be burning pain here, and the person would have fissures and fissures and burning pain and bleeding. So you also might have hemorrhoids down here as well. So what's going on here is you are experiencing either a territorial anger or an identity conflict. So I'm going to use an example of one of my buddies. His wife left him and he was very angry about it. She took the kids, she packed up and she left. She was like, screw you, I'm leaving. And so when that was happening, his brain's like, oh my God, this is not good. This is a stressful situation. We need to put an organ into overdrive to help him overcome this situation. I got you, man. And so what it did is it put the rectum surface mucosa into overdrive. And so there was cell loss. So the way that this organ responds in the conflict active phase is with cell loss. So this area right here starts to lose cells. I don't know who's honking out there. I'm about to go throw my sandals at them. So there's cell loss. And the purpose of the cell loss is to widen the rectum so you can mark your territory better. So this burning pain did not go away until this conflict got resolved. And it got resolved by the wife moving back into the house with the kids, and they kiss and they made up. Then okay, honey, so you're on the phone, okay, honey, I'm coming home, da-da-da. The next day she shows back up. That's the conflict resolution. Now the body goes, okay, we don't need to put this organ in overdrive anymore. Now it's time to fix this with cell restoration and inflammation. So this becomes inflamed. This goes into burning pain. So from a burning pain into a pressure pain. And you also will get itching, inflammation. So the itching is a resolution. So if you're like living your day out, your butthole's fine, and all of a sudden your ass starts itching like crazy, then you have somehow resolved a territorial anger or an identity conflict. So it's actually a thing to celebrate. But if the itching is constantly on and off, on and off, on and off, so for example, my friend's butt would itch all the time. I'm very close with my friends. We talk about each other's buttholes all day long. So essentially with my friend, he was still fighting with his wife. Like one day they would be good, the next day they would be fighting. Another day they would be fighting, the next day they would be good. So on days where they were fighting, cell loss, burning pain, burning pain, burning pain. And then when it gets resolved and they're, kissing and making up and stuff like that, okay, we're good now. Cell restoration, itching, inflammation, inflammation, inflammation. So the way for him to fix the anal itching is to be okay with the anal itching. You can do things in the meantime to make the symptoms more bearable, like take an antihistamine and a steroid cream, things like that of that nature down there, putting coconut oil on it and using a duvet instead of sandpaper, toilet paper. But ultimately what is going to fix this is fixing the relationship, or at least no longer perceiving this as a territorial anger, dealing with this better. And there's multiple ways to do this. For him, I said, hey, you got to learn the masculine and female dynamics of a relationship. She's going to get mad at you when you are not being a man in the relationship. And so, it's your job to take charge, I recommend Casey Zander's channel if you want to learn that sort of stuff. So on the flip side, this can be experienced from a more feminine point of view. And we call this an identity conflict. A male or female, so usually males are going to experience this as a territorial anger. Most of the time, I would say at least 75% of the time. Yeah, and for right-handed males, it can be an identity conflict where they're like, I don't know what decision to make. Should I start school or go to med school? Like, I don't know what to do. Should I leave home? Should I break up with my girlfriend? Oh, I don't know what to do. But for females, it's a little bit more complicated because there's more things playing with a female's hormone status. You got pregnancy, you have being postmenopausal, you have birth control pills. There's a lot of things playing with a female's hormone status, which changes the way that she experiences these types of conflicts. But for a lot of women, let's say her identity conflict is she just got pregnant, or no, that's kind of overcomplicating. So let's say she had a baby, the baby's been born, and she's not sure like whether she wants to be a stay-at-home mom or go back to her career. And so when she finally decides, like, okay, I'm gonna go back to my career. And so she makes the decision, her butthole, she's had anal fissures forever, and finally she makes the decision, I'm going back to work. In 1 week I'm going back to work. And so, okay, that's resolved. So now it turns from a burning pain into a pressure pain, and it starts to itch, and it starts to become inflamed. And also you get hemorrhoids. You get hemorrhoids in the healing phase as well, and the hemorrhoids itch, which I know that's a lot of fun. A really good remedy for this is that my friend used. She would grate up potatoes and freeze them and shove them up her butt. It's like an old Slavic remedy. Or you could cut it into a suppository and shove the potato up your butt. It really helps with hemorrhoids and it really helps with these healing symptoms here. So let's say it's like her second or third day, or she's a couple weeks back onto the job. This stuff goes away. Finally she's healed, but then she kind of feels guilty that she's leaving her kid at daycare. Her mom is making her feel guilty that she's not being a stay-at-home mom. Maybe the husband's giving her a hard time. So now she's like, man, maybe I should quit my job. I don't know. I don't know anymore. I don't know. And so it flips, flops back and forth. And that's kind of how, and every time that she feels secure in her decision, that's when the healing symptoms start. That's when the healing symptoms start. And one of the healing symptoms is the itching, the rectal itching. So for this woman, she needs to make up her mind and stick to it, and stick to her decision. And what's the right decision? I don't know. It depends on the person. Only you can answer that. But it will motivate you to come to an answer, come to a conclusion now that you understand that this identity conflict, this decision conflict is what's causing your anal itching. And yeah, guys, that's it. That's it. If you would like to work with me and my team, I have something called the Rapid Gut Healing Program. I also, if you're suffering from other digestive issues, watch my free 30-day guide. It's a link down in the description. There's a video on how to do this, and then it also comes with a free PDF where it's just one page, and on this one page I've consolidated it, made it very simple and very straightforward. This is what you need to do to get your digestive issues under control. We don't really go over the rectum, these rectum issues too much in this video, but we go over other digestive issues. But if you would like to work with me, this stuff is kind of more advanced in German New Medicine. We can help you inside the Rapid Gut Healing Program. It comes with educational videos. It comes with a private Facebook group where me and my coaches answer your questions every day. And you're also going to get access to our live Q&As, which we do 3 or 4 times a week. And you can talk to us on a Zoom call and talk to us as long as you want until your anal itching goes away. So yeah, guys, thank you for watching. Leave a comment, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, because it can save somebody's butthole. Pay it forward. So thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys later. Bye-bye.